Hey y'all, welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we have a special treat. Special guest is back, but we're drinking the Defiant Tranquility at the ends of our spectrum. Yeah, it's a beer by Burial Beer Company in collaboration with Pilot Brewing. Thank you for joining us.
Defiant tranquility where we collide. We burn and we freeze on opposite sides. No bridge, no map, just a line we can't bend.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give your unprofessional, somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. We are back to do that once again, and we've got a special guest back with us again. Welcome, Ed, back to the show. It's great to see you again. Thanks for joining us for another beer, and maybe hosting Jay as well, huh?
Yep. On travel.
All
Yes.
right, awesome. Well, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. There's Andy in the attic. Jay, I'm Ben. What are we drinking today?
The Defiant Tranquility. Come on, Andy, finish it.
At the ends of our spectrum.
There we go.
Nice.
Another Burial Beer Company with some really cool can art.
Collaborating with Pilot Brewing.
Yep.
Oh, wait, is that Atticus upside down?
Yeah, that's because he went so bad he waiting on you
Yeah.
to have a review. Yeah, are we? Aren't we? Aren't we? Aren't we? Yeah.
Busy week. Busy week.
He had to let out some steam and just kind of found himself there.
Yeah. It's like he straightened out his back. It's one of those back racks.
Yeah, it's kind of like an inversion table.
There you go.
Traction.
Yeah, there you
All right. There you are, Edward.
Thank you, sir.
It smells really good.
Ooh.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, thanks.
I like that glass, man.
Yeah, it's because you gave it to me. Thanks for that.
Wow. All right. Well, this one's fun. And I'm about to tell you why. The Defiant Tranquility at the ends of our spectrum. It's a West Coast triple IPA. 10%, 33 IBUs. It's made with it's mashed with barley and fonio, which is a West African grain like millet. It's triple dry hopped with Crush, Mosaic, Nelson hops, and Vic's Secret Liquid Lupulin.
Ah, they're liquid lupin again.
Yeah. But I think the barley and this other grain, I guess this is our first fonio that we know of.
Yeah. I've never heard of that in any of the ones you've described before, for sure.
And we love dry hopping, and they tripled it. So makes it mellow, soft, and cool there. As I said, this is collaboration between Burial Beer Company and Pilot Brewing. And we've gone over a bunch of burials, especially a couple recently. Microbrewery out of Asheville, North Carolina, founded in 2013. Pilot Brewing, I think this is our first. Yeah, show off those. It is Pilot Brewing is a nano brewery in Charlotte. It's actually Charlotte, North Carolina. It's neighbors with another one of Burial's locations in Charlotte in their Plaza Midwood neighborhood. They Pilot Brewing opened in 2018 by an advanced cicerone named Rachel Hudson and her husband Jeff, who is a pilot, and therefore the name Pilot Brewing. The name honors aviation and to the small batch experimental spirit that defines the brewery, like a pilot. They've won multiple awards at the Great American Beer Festival and the World Beer Cup. And so on the can, as you can see, the glasses, can art is also a symbol of Pilot Brewing too,
Yeah,
which
cool.
is on that wrap label there.
Yeah, and then Ben cut off the bottom of the label where it has the eye staring down at looks like a human.
Human
That's on there.
illuminated from the.
It's
Cut
not
off
on
the
y'all's.
bottom. Yeah, maybe it'll not be on ours because
Y'all
of the
might be cut
way.
off. It's on ours.
Yeah, I'm on a different system
Mm.
with this travel, so
Yeah, I think it's cool too, and it's hard to see on the label there. It's much easier to see on a can, but they have the Pilot Brewing logo has the aviators in it as well, which is just a cool logo.
yeah, they did a good job of incorporating all that in there.
Yeah,
and they usually list the artist on here on a lot of these. So they call this an anniversary for, I guess, their Charlotte brewery, because the Charlotte brewery or the tap room there opened, I guess, in 2015. Would that be right, Andy, or 2020?
Don't
Come
know.
on, Mustangs.
Open.
our AI Andy has failed us.
Sorry to let all our friends down on that one. Who's the pooch?
This is Ellie.
That's Ellie.
Right.
She didn't like it when I stopped rubbing her, so she called me.
Yeah,
We just took her for a run, and now we're enjoying some post-run beer.
nice. Well, I think Andy, you mentioned
Ellie is our
yeah. Go ahead.
first dog on Hopped Up.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
well, we've heard a few in the background, Jay. But
Yeah.
Ellie's famous now.
All right,
Yeah, she's famous.
Jay, have you had this one before?
I haven't. I actually held off. I have another one of these in the fridge.
I'm not gonna make you go first. You supplied it, so I'll jump in and go first. That was nice of you. I will say I was surprised, having not looked at this at all before opening it and drinking it and listening to Andy, that I'm a bit surprised it's a West Coast. I didn't get that on the first sip, but you mentioned it there soon after. I mean, I can see it now, but it's the bitter's not really there from a West Coast, especially one, at 10%. I would expect it to be a little more bitter. But you mentioned the IBUs are like 33, so
Triple dry.
yeah,
It's that triple dry hopping.
right.
Yep.
So West Coast are usually my least favorite. This may be my favorite West Coast I've ever had, given that.
Wow.
Because I don't like the bitter, I don't like the pine, and I've had a few that aren't, that are in a similar vein. But this one is really, really good. It's got a really good flavor to it. I almost also get a little bit of a burn on the back end. Almost. I don't know if it's just the ABV amount or whatnot, but overall, I like this one. I think it's an 8 for me. Andy, what do you think?
Well, one of the hops I mentioned, Nelson hops. It's a New Zealand hop, and that is a very floral, creates almost like a wine-like taste. So I think that's what is, even though they call it a West Coast, I think that along with the triple dry hopping takes that any pine resinous West Coast appeal, or characteristic, and mutes it. So you can really take in with the first aroma, and then it uses barley, and so that's almost got traditionally in a barley, and it will have a little spicy feel to it. But I'm getting a lot of the Nelson hop out of that, and it is almost a fruity wine taste to it, but it's very floral, and I like it. Yeah, this is a fun one. It doesn't taste crushable. I will say that it's it doesn't. It's not,
except for Jay on a Saturday morning.
but it is. It's one you take your time with. You sip. There's a lot to it. I give it an 8.0 too. This is a fun beer. I like it.
All right, Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll jump in and go and let Ed wrap us up. But yeah, I think Andy covers it all. I mean, it's very much so floral to me. I see exactly what you're saying with that wine flavor. That's almost the burn that you get, I think, Ben, on that backside. It's got that little bit to it. I'm with you guys. I think it's an 8.0. I'd love to push it a little bit higher, but with that burn and almost that wine like, it's hard for me to take that IPA over that 8.0 for this one.
Sounds good. Ed, thanks again for joining us. What do you think about it?
I love it. I agree with you. I'm surprised that it's classified as a Western because it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't have the traditional bitterness or the pininess. It's got a great mouthfeel. I'm getting a lot of tropical, I don't know, tangerine or something, and then I will credit you, Andy, with learning something tonight. I like the floral. I wouldn't have known to attribute it to the Nelson, so it's kind of fun to kind of pick up that from you guys. You know, your depth of knowledge on it. But I love.
We don't have any man.
Is the AI? Yeah. I love an IPA that you get that like floral burst. Like,
Yeah.
You know,
I
like
do too.
the
Monkey Knot. Yeah.
or like the fresh hop.
The fresh hop. Yeah, we reviewed the fresh hop belly.
You just get this burst of floral when you take that first sniff, and yeah, definitely not crushable except for Jay. And no, I really like this. Yeah, I'm all in on the 8, only because you do like the half increment scoring thing. You know, otherwise I'd give it an 8.2.
Yeah.
But that doesn't work on the show, so
7.9.
yeah, we'll go with the 8, and that makes the math easy for doing the final grade.
That's you've peeled back the secret of why we increment the way we do, because math is hard. So.
Well, yeah,
because no calculation required.
Wait, what did you score? I'm like, I don't know. I can't kind of remember. Thinking Jay's got the better memory because he can remember all the score.
Yeah. No, I think, yeah. I mean, Andy's definitely obviously AI. Who would do a lame beer show from their attic otherwise? I mean, that's
and who would have a wig and a mustache
exactly.
like that? I mean, come on.
The mustache is totally AI. I mean, that's like Freddie Mercury from like 1979.
I'm the poor man's Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
We discussed
It's awesome.
this
We've
recently.
been talking about
we
Quickly down here.
Yeah, we've compared him to many things on this show.
Actually gotten a little wider. I really need to tame it. It's growing. I'm like, I've been neglecting my face.
That is going to be an 8.0 for the Defiant Tranquility at the ends of our spectrum. I had to read that. I did not have the memory. I can't memorize that like Andy. But definitely a really great and interesting beer. Definitely one, if you find out in the wild, you've got to pick up. I think we would say that probably for just about any burial beer, especially ones that we've had on the show. Definitely a great brewery to give a shot if you have not tried anything from there. So if you're out on the search, grab some burial if you see it. Definitely appreciate you checking out this video. Hey, Ed, appreciate you joining us for another beer. You need to come and do this more often. And always, Ellie is, of course, welcome too. So love to have you on the show. Thanks for sharing another beer with us. Always good to see you too. We got links down below for Hopped Up Beer Review merch, Hopped Up Beer Review Discord, Patreon, all that kind of fun stuff. Check all that out if you get a chance. And be sure to like, subscribe, cheers, that notification bell. We would definitely appreciate that. We will see you on the next one. For Andy in the attic, Jay, Ed, I am Ben, and Ellie. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers.
Defiant